A closed mind is like a closed book, just a block of wood. A fall into a pit, a gain in your wit. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. A single conversation across the table with a wise person is worth a month's study of books. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. A wise man said nothing at all. Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness. Books can store information, but wisdom comes from thinking. Dig the well before you are thirsty. Do not fear going forward slowly. Fear only to stand still. Do not remove a fly from your friend's forehead with a hatchet. Don't be afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. Don't open a shop unless you like to smile. Even a hare will bite when it is cornered. Even the tallest tree has its leaves on the ground. Experience is a comb which nature gives to men when they are bald. Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. He who asks is a fool for 5 minutes, but he who does not ask remains a fool forever. He who cannot agree with his enemies is controlled by them. He who sacrifices his conscience to ambition burns a picture to obtain the ashes. If you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. If you don't want anyone to know, don't do it. If you want 1 year of prosperity, grow grain. If you want 10 years of prosperity, grow trees. If you want 100 years of prosperity, grow people. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. If you want to be happy for a lifetime, be a gardener. If you want to know what a tiger is like, look at a cat. If you want your dreams to come true, don't oversleep. It is better to be a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without one. Learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Money is not everything. There's also MasterCard and Visa. No amount of gold can buy a good night's sleep. Opportunity knocks at the door only once. Praise loudly, blame softly. Speak the truth, but leave immediately after. Talk doesn't cook rice. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. The more you sweat in times of peace, the less you bleed in times of war. The person who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The person who says it cannot be done should not interrupt the person doing it. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. To know the road ahead, ask those coming back. To understand your parents' love, you must raise children yourself. When eating bamboo sprouts, remember the man who planted them. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. When you are poor, neighbors close by will not come. Once you become rich, you'll be surprised by visits from alleged relatives afar. When you drink the water, remember the spring. Where there is a sea, there are pirates. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. An inch of time is an inch of gold, but you can't buy that inch of time with an inch of gold. Behind an able man, there are always other able men. Distant water won't help to put out a fire close at hand. Do not use a hatchet to remove a fly from your friend's forehead. Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone, person to person. First mend yourself, and then mend others. Govern a family as you would cook a small fish, very gently. He who does not cultivate his field will die of hunger. He who has 1,000 friends has not a friend to spare, and he who has one enemy will meet him everywhere. He who hurries can't walk with dignity. He who is drowned is not troubled by the rain. If you bow at all, bow low. If you stand straight, do not fear a crooked shadow.